Okay, typically, when one hears bumps in the night, more often than not, the blame is shifted to a possible unwanted guest like an intruder or a pest or a vermin of some sort. However, when one can trace the sounds to the inside of furniture or the inside of the walls, then the blame instantly gets shifted to that of a possible pest infestation like roaches or rats. At least one would think. This is extremely foolish to assume, as we live in a day and age where anime women walk among us, lurking and creeping in the shadows and plot holes. I mean potholes. Now, don't get me wrong, some anime women are genuinely charming, tasteful, eloquent women who are a treat to be around. However, others are eager and angsty ladies stalking and watching dimensional beings from afar, ready to strike at any inch that you give them. As a result, they at times have been known to take actions into their own hands to get what it is that they desire. What exactly the anime women want ranges from anime woman to anime woman. The one thing that should be noted is that feral, untamed anime women are ruthless. And indeed, I believe anime women are capable of existing within the confines of the encompassing, sometimes hollow barrier that is a wall, lest it be a solid wall like a metal wall or a wall made of concrete. So how could anime women existing within your walls be possible? Well, let's find out. Purely and solely and only for the purpose of science and the pursuit of knowledge, okay? So, it's not a wild notion to assume that anime women could exist in your walls with relative ease, especially when you consider the whole concept of them being 2D creatures in a 3D existence. 2D entities that seeped into the 3D world, and to the distaste of many still remain 2D. The reason why they are so unhappy with this is because, despite them being in a world with curves and depth, they have remained flat, and as stated in another video discussing the subject, are flatter than a piece of paper. Enticing. This conceptualization of anime women being flat proved crucial in my research into this hypothetical analysis. Due to them being so flat, one could reason that they could seamlessly fit and squeeze themselves into space between the drywall and the outer wall, and likely even navigate through the walls with ease that even the greasiest of rats would be envious of. This alone is evidence enough to prove that anime women theoretically are able to exist within your walls, but would they be able to live and hide for long periods of time in these man-made crevices? And arguably, most importantly, how do you resolve this infestation? Because you know what they say, where there's one, there's probably more. It could be that you might even have a whole harem of anime women in your walls right now. Well, you see, anime women such as these are tricky, cunning, and feral. These aren't the average kind-spirited anime women humans come to consider. Beings such as these are more closely related to gremlin girls, and are kind of anime women to be approached with caution. As for how anime women are theoretically able to survive in the walls lies in the habits of other pests and vermin. Creatures such as cockroaches and rats tend to go and scavenge for food without leaving the comfort of the infestation place at night. Surprisingly, while this is not entirely true for rat girls and cockroach girls, these anime girls do tend to employ these simple but effective methods. If you suspect anime women to be within the confines of your walls and you hear inexplicably cute but unhinged noises emitting from your kitchen or other rooms at night, it could very well be some anime women that are scarfing down whatever substance you made the mistake of assuming that it would be safe in your fridge or cabinet. Soon they disappear just as quickly as they come, and will use their flatness to their advantage, squeezing into whatever hole or crevice they can to get back into the hollowness of the walls. How delightful. Should you not do anything about this, you are, in theory, enabling these anime women to have free food, free shelter, free will to do whatever it is that they please with your house, or home, or whatever it is that you might be staying in, and to observe, possibly even obsess over you, and should they decide to, have the total and complete control to carry out whatever dastardly plans they have for you. So, how do you rid yourself of these gremlin descendant creatures from your walled home? I was contemplating this question for many hours. Many experiments and theoretical hypotheticals were proposed, unbridled by time or over-analysis. At some point in the maddening hours of the night, I came to the undeniable answer. It would seem in order to make the anime women disappear from your walls and your life as a whole, you need to take your medicine. This being a satirized analogy for acceptance and conceptualization of normalcy. Becoming a normie and refusing the conceptualization of anime women being in your walls, and even real to begin with, is the only effective way that I have found to solve this kerfuffle. 3D women didn't work and only further intensified the existence of 2D women, as they often claim to be superior to 3D in some extreme cases. Intimidation didn't work and only resulted in crying. Animals like dogs and cats and even snakes didn't work, as anime women are human-like enough to not be bothered, and are even welcoming of these, ultimately resulting in normalcy being the most viable option. Unless you become normie, there's no way to really kick them out, lest you kick yourself out and let them become the new owners, or quite literally just run while there's still time. Such a high price to pay, I know. Or you could take it all in stride, and take the idea that you are quite literally surrounded by women. And with that, if you like this video, theoretically if you have watched this far, then you do enjoy my videos, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, your high school teacher, and your wife, and I'll be back to answer another question that I'm a scientist can answer.